So in the watch industry, you got Rolly, you got Audemars Piguet, you got Richard Mille. In the luxury car space, who would you say are the top three?
Very biased, so this is my opinion. I would definitely place Lamborghini first.
Wow.
So I would list Lamborghini at one just because drivability and looks, bro. Like Lamborghini, Ferrari, and then to place a third one in there, you're probably gonna go to, you know, Rolls Royce or something, just because of like the sheer like level of respect that you get driving one.
Welcome to the Digital Social Hour. I'm your host, Sean Kelly. I'm here with my co-host, Wayne Lewis.
What up, what up?
And our guest today, Christian Beckerle.
How's it going, bro?
Mr. Dip Auto Works himself.
Yes, sir. Yep.
When I first moved here, he wrapped my Tesla.
Yeah, bro. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool for sure.
Christian's been in the game for a long time, bro.
It has been a while.
For those who don't know, tell them about your story, like your beginnings.
Yeah, for sure. So basically always into cars, right? Always had a passion for cars. And then real young, really just kind of found like the car market. And at the time there was a real popular product coming out, Plasti Dip. It was like, bro, new, revolutionary. So I was just, you know, at my leisure messing around with it, you know, friends' cars, you know, just on my own personal stuff. And it caught enough traction where I was like, man, you know what, like this would be really cool to just throw an ad in on Craigslist and be able to do this, like fresh out of high school. Like, I mean, I'm literally talking about like the summer of graduation. And bro, it just took off. Like, I don't want to say immediately because it definitely didn't, but it immediately I had enough traction to, like, you know, keep myself busy.
There was service there. There was a need there.
For sure. And so it started off just, you know, little things, dipping wheels and smoking out lights and stuff that kept me busy and happy, bro. It was really cool. It was a blessing. And then it kind of shaped into something that I really didn't anticipate it, you know, taking the turns that it did.
Right.
But bro, it was revolutionary. Like it just kind of things all timeline wise fell into place because a lot of the car custom stuff was getting a facelift. Like there was new products that were coming out. It was really good timing. And bro, I just worked out of the house for 5 years until late like 2018. And then
so how was it working out of the house? Like, how did you manage to, because how old were you at that time?
So fresh out of high school, so 2013 I had to have been like 18 years old.
So 18 years old.
18.
No college?
No college.
And he created a basically like a custom car shop out of his parents' crib.
Yeah, for sure. It was right out of the driveway, bro. There was really, I remember when I very first started, I was even using like a newspaper to tape off cars, you know what I mean? House tape. Yeah. So it was cool, bro. And it was, you know, you definitely had to create a culture because not a lot of people, you know, felt comfortable just coming up to somebody's house and dropping their car off. So always been, you know, pretty good at, you know, socially relating to people and kind of, you know, finding a little niche there. So it kind of, it was really smooth, bro. I enjoyed it. So the first 5 years at the house, counting kind of came out towards the end of 2018.
Why did they come out?
Bro, I mean, you were there, you seen we would get some heavy traffic out there, and it's kind of the same story that you'll hear all the time. Like there's always somebody that's in the background just you know, plotting on your downfall. Can't wait to see you. For sure. You know, you fail. So
bro, he actually built a warehouse.
Yeah.
In front of his crib. Now it wasn't raggedy. It was like the real, like the
nice, the RV,
really the nice RV garage, bro. Yeah. It was huge.
Really?
And he built it in front of his house.
Wait, just on the street?
No, it was like.
So I mean, it was like it's a real small cul-de-sac, like all custom built homes, no HOA stuff. So it was really easy for me to basically just take like the whole side yard, lay some concrete, put up a big shed, and just
bro,
make it work. It was cool.
It was really dedication.
He really built a business off of it. Like he was running it up.
That's crazy.
For sure. No, it was cool. Yeah. So did that, and that definitely I think was like probably the nail in the coffin. People really started to see like what the hell was going on. So somebody you know, basically called the county. The county came out and was like, yo, listen, like you can't be operating business from home. Like we don't care if you own the house, no HOA, none of that stuff applies. You can't do business from your house, right? So kind of had like a crossroads moment, you know, because still pretty young. But it was really all that I'd ever done and spent my time on. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Like, bro, like I love the car stuff, love the culture. I really was kind of like at a point where it was like, okay, am I going to dive a little bit deeper and like, go actually put my name down on a lease and hire some people and get a shop. And it just kind of seemed like the right thing to do. I remember like right before like having to make a decision, I was getting fined every day by the county for not moving. Right. And I'm still kind of sitting on the sidelines trying to make a decision. I'm looking at spots, and I remember taking a vacation. We went up to the mountains and just sat back and actually truly like reflected by myself for a little bit and like, just thought on the situation like, okay, if this is something you enjoy doing, right, and you can actually make some money from it, like, I mean, this is literally what people spend their whole life, chasing like this moment, right. And that was kind of like a turning point for me where I was like, okay, I'm willing to invest more. I'm willing to, turn it into something that it's not at the moment, an official business. And, bro, it was great. It was dope. It was the greatest decision I could have ever made. I spent the next probably month, like dialing in a good spot. Like we signed a lease somewhere, started moving things over, bro. We pretty much got up and operational, like within 24 hours of getting into a building, and hired on a couple of good friends and just worked, bro. Like it just was
scaled all the way up.
Yeah. It was just a slow growth, but it was steady motion, constantly headed forward for sure. So
nice.
But yeah, it was a journey for sure.
And why did you decide to stick with the stuff you're doing instead of going into car rentals?
Man, that's a good point. I really never thought of the rental game. I think that kind of started to become really popular after the traction of where I was already headed, like we're talking like early 2019, into the beginnings of 2020, really before, like, I feel like, I mean, obviously car rentals and we worked with rental companies existed before, but I feel like rentals really kind of took off post COVID. It just kind of changed that industry a little bit more. And a lot of the cars and a lot of the stuff, and this could have just totally been my scope of things. Like it was slept on. Like there was not really a lot of action in, like, obviously there was the car customization shops. Like you could go somewhere and go get a stereo put in, or you could go somewhere and go get your tinted. You know what I mean? But there wasn't like a lot of like, like full blown custom shops in 2014, 15, 16. Like that wasn't really.
That wasn't a Vegas thing.
It wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a Vegas thing. It was possibly a California thing because a lot of the car culture stuff always kind of comes over from there. So it could have been that, but I feel like the rental space really didn't have its like initial like footing until mid COVID and forward. I could be wrong, but my take on it.
What do you feel like some of the worst cars are when it comes to exotics? What are some of the worst exotics? Like,
I got some opinions, bro. I got some opinions, bro.
If you start with what's the top 5 bad exotics? Top 5.
Anything McLaren is just, I mean, they take top notch, bro.
McLaren is number 1.
McLaren is definitely number 1, bro.
Wow.
Like think of like an Instagram influencer that looks amazing online, right? Everything is great, bro, and you get in it or you get there and it's just not what you thought it would be, bro. The cars are janky, clanky, buttons falling off. Damn. They're just not it. So I would definitely say McLaren.
What's number 2?
I'm personally not a big fan of Bentley, just because of the price point that they kind of come in at, and they devalue like terribly, and they just, until more recently, their designs, their interior, everything was very outdated and kind of like old. Like it felt like an old man, exotic. Right. It didn't have, like if you're gonna go Rolls Royce, right? There's enough that sets a Rolls Royce apart from everything else. That like it's okay if you got some wood grain inside the car, right? It's a Rolls Royce, right? Bentley, it just doesn't hit the mark.
And what's number 3?
Man, I want to say, I mean, just for popularity, I would say probably Aston Martin. I'm not a big Aston Martin fan.
Bad car?
Just again, kind of like, just junky, bro. Like you get in it and you're like, man, like this is not a $300,000 car, like, or it shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't feel like some of the other comparable supercars in that price range. So I would say those are probably my top 3. And funny enough, they're all like English built cars. So I don't know if it's just
So what would be 4 and 5?
That's hard, bro. I mean, there's a lot of really nice exotic cars that have their like quirks that make you know, like, why is this car so expensive?
Right.
You know, but I don't know, bro. That's a tough one. I'll leave it at those three, bro. We'll leave the other ones.
And which car app you came encounter with that made you nervous to touch?
Jeez,
like,
bro.
I'm so nervous to even customize this car because there's so much.
There's been a handful.
It's expensive.
Yeah, there's been a handful. Right now, we have an SVJ that's in the shop, Lamborghini Aventador, but it's like their top tier
you know what
Aventador.
No, how much are those?
600 around there, 600-700.
Wow, just for a car?
Now they're like 6-7, but like talk about a couple of months ago, they were $1 million. They were 800.
Well, I guess it depends on.
They've come down. They've come down a lot. They just announced, Lamborghini announced a new Aventador replacement. So. The market's changed.
Which one is
called
that?
the Revolto or Revolto.
Oh, okay. So that's the Aventador replacement.
Yeah, basically, that's the Aventador replacement. I mean, it looks really great. Obviously, only seen it online. But the car is just, bro, it's a beautiful work of art. And like when you look at it, you can tell like how intricate it is put together. So like when you're wrapping it or you're doing body work or whatever you're doing to it, like you're gonna take the whole car apart. So like, you know, those cars can be really intimidating because, you know, one mistake will cost you more than what you were even charging for the job. You know? So those cars are nerve wracking, bro. Like it'll definitely you know, scare you a little bit for sure.
So in the watch industry, you got Rolly, you got Audemars Piguet, you got Richard Mille. In the luxury car space, who would you say are the top three?
Jeez, that's I mean, I'm biased, bro.
You deal with cars.
I've had so many different
and you
cars,
drive so many different cars. What are you driving currently?
Believe it or not, I just sold. I had my Wraith. I just sold the Rolls Royce Wraith I had, and I just sold my Urus. So I actually.
You sold the Urus?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm actually driving. I have a truck, like a Silverado. Just
okay.
A nice
wow, that's
toned it down,
bro. No.
All the way.
Yeah. No, I'm patiently waiting, bro. I've been trying to you know, secure a couple different cars, but it's just that the market is really weird. So it's like I definitely don't want to lose because there's nothing worse than, you know, buying a 300,000. Yeah, you don't want to buy at a really bad spot. It's one of those things that's always, most of the time, is always going to go down. It's just how much is it going to go down, you know? So I'm trying to just buy the right car. So I don't have anything at the moment, but to kind of tier them off, very biased. So this is my opinion. I would definitely place Lamborghini first.
Wow,
bro! I love Lamborghini.
Lamborghini or Audi Lamborghini?
Audi Lamborghini. Lamborghini, bro, like the bang for your buck that you get out of these cars, and they're high performing cars that you don't feel scared driving. Like they feel very secure, they feel very sturdy. They don't, you know, boost randomly like how you'll kind of get with McLarens and even the turboed Ferraris. It's just it's a very
they'll boost on
you? Well, they're turboed cars, so they're not like, so most Lamborghinis are going to be naturally aspirated, no turbos. They do have, you know, turboed options. In the Urus it's turboed, but for the most part their cars are naturally aspirated, and Ferrari used to do a lot of that as well, but you know, a lot of their new platforms are based off of turboed engines
because they're going V6.
Yeah, the smaller engines, turbos. They're even doing a lot of hybrid mixes. They're
trying to get in the economy market, so
they have to. All manufacturers. Definitely. So I would list Lamborghini at 1 just because drivability and looks, bro. Like I love Ferrari. Definitely love Ferrari, but it feels a little bit more old manish when you're in it. Like it's an amazing driving, looking, beautiful car. But they can tend to feel like old money cars, you know?
Yeah, that's what they are. For
so sure. I would say probably Lamborghini, Ferrari, and then to place a third one in there, that's tough, bro. Because like when when I'm looking at cars, where I'm usually only looking at Lamborghini or Ferrari, that's tough, man. To place a nice third. You're probably gonna go to, you know, Rolls Royce or something, just because of like the sheer like level of respect that you get driving one. Like did you ever see that all gray Wraith? Every inch of it, all gray rims.
I seen it. Yeah. It's like, what's that, pewter gray?
Yeah, that pewter gray. Yeah, it's called chalk gray. It's like the car name for it. But just, bro, it's amazing. Like you pull up to either a valet or an event or really anywhere, bro. And that car, like, the amount of road respect that it gets is just top tier. Like there's really nothing that that says I'm here like a Rolls Royce for sure. So I would say those probably three for sure. Those would be my top three for sure. Yeah.
Nice. I've only seen the black Rolls Royces. I didn't know there was other colors.
Well, no, he talking about from a custom standpoint.
Yeah,
you custom.
But I mean, you can order them in pretty much any color. Rolls Royce. A lot of these really high end manufacturers will allow you to get really custom with the orders. Like you can order one-off interiors. You can order like, man, we've seen Cullinan's the SUV Rolls Royce.
Fire.
But you can I've literally seen ones with like right off of the factory line with pink interior and like all pink. I'm talking about like every inch of it pink. Greens I've seen. Like you can pay for whatever you like. Like these people will take your money however you want to give it to them.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean that's what kind of sets those kind of cars apart, is like you have the capability of making something very custom and unique, you know, for yourself.
So,
for sure.
Being a business owner, you're a full-fledged entrepreneur from day one. What would you say, like, because some people think it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many hours are you working a week?
You know, it's crazy, bro. There's some weeks where I legitimately, like, you know, you think to yourself in a moment, like, man, I would love.
And you're
to
the
hang
owner.
This up. I'm the owner.
He's the owner.
100%.
So how many hours is the owner working?
Bro, there's some weeks, bro, where I want to hang it up and take a 9-to-5 job because you're 100 hours into a work week, bro. You're up at 5:30 and you're working until 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30 at night. You know, missing meals and missing, you know, time with your family or your friends or whatever it is. It's a very, very tough road that not a lot of people really take into consideration what's required to get from, you know, A to B on that, you know, that journey to entrepreneurship. And I mean, if you are a true entrepreneur, usually that journey never ends. Like there's never a B, you know what I mean? You're always kind of working towards the next thing that you're working on, you know? So that's tough, bro. Like it's not for the weak-hearted for sure, bro. You could do 100 hours a week. You know, easy, bro, for sure.
And you just had a son. So how are you able to balance that 100-hour week with the family? Like how do you balance? Is there a balance?
It's tough. No, I mean, you always hear that. You always hear this like work-life balance, and it makes you feel like you're lacking somewhere. But like I truly don't believe that there's like ever like a real balance. Like you just kind of have to give as much effort in every area of your life as you can, you know? And I mean, if you're you know, a high achiever, you find ways to make the time where you squeeze it in. Like, I mean, I know for sure, like, you know, I know my son's schedule. So I know when he's going to be up, when he's going to be in bed. So it's like finding ways to work my schedule around that schedule is right now how I'm finding time. And, you know, thankful enough that he's still so young that he won't maybe, you know, remember all the hours that I'm investing in it now, you know. So I'm hoping that, you know, I can set better, you know, things in place to help me maybe not spend as much time at work. Not that you know, that it's an issue for me at the moment, but you know, growing a family and things like that, you definitely want to be able to spend some time at home and you know, see your family for sure.
Yes.
One of the things I love about the luxury car space is the networking.
Yeah, bro, that's the greatest part of it for sure. Like, I mean, I've met so many interesting people. I met you through the car stuff. I mean, like I met Wayne through the car stuff. You know, like it's such a great avenue because it's like cars are like an international language, bro. Like everybody speaks it. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can talk to, you know, Joe Schmo down the street that, you know, that just really loves his Camry, and, you know, it's cool to him, and, you know, you can help him out in some type of way, whether it be something as small as, you know, window tinting or fixing a scratch on his car or whatever it is. Like everybody, for the most part, to a capacity, cares about their vehicles and what they drive. And it usually is a big, you know, imprint on who somebody is, you know. It usually says, you know, hey, this is who I am, this is what I like, you know. So it's a great way to network for sure. It's been a big door opener for me for sure. Like
all the time.
I've met so many interesting
watches,
cars and watches. How
you look, you gotta have a nice appearance, but your car and your watch.
No, definitely.
Absolutely.
Gotta be there.
I want to start going to like car meetups and stuff, just network there.
Yeah, bro, it's great. You meet like, so many interesting people.
I also feel like when you have nice things, it feels like you've done something right, or you have the answers to doing something right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
attracted to that.
Yeah, that's the assumption, the perception, the persona. It's an energy. So I think that, you know, having nice things is always like people perceive you as that level.
Yeah.
he got the answers.
Yeah, for sure. Whether it be true or not.
Yeah, ask him.
He got it somehow, right?
Right.
He must know. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Know. So I think it's just important.
You've done a lot of celebrities, right?
Yeah, bro. Been blessed enough to meet pretty much the entire Raiders team.
Wow.
A bunch of NHL guys, local, not local. A bunch of the lower tier celebrity people that like not a lot of people are familiar with their names, but they have big impact in their space. So it's been really cool to just hear all the different like life journeys and life stories, bro. It makes you realize that there's not just one way, there's not just one answer. Like there's a million different avenues and paths that you could take to get to your end game, whatever that may be. But it's just interesting, bro. You'll meet people that like you're like, wait, you did what? You did how? Like I remember when I met you and Al, and it was like wait, you
what? You guys are what?
A hat? A board? You know what I mean? It makes you realize, like, bro, there's a billion different things that you could do to find your own little path.
Like you said, it's a universal language. Cars brings people together, man.
Absolutely.
So what's your flagship service? Because I saw on your site you do like so many different things. Like what are you known for?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say wraps. Vinyl wraps, just because it's fun. It's my favorite part of the job. Obviously, we do the body work, collision repair, the small touches, chrome deletes, wheels, calipers, that type of stuff that, is still cool, but it gets very redundant. You've done it once, you did it a million times. The vinyl stuff is constantly being innovated. There's new products, there's new colors, there's new cars coming out. So it's just fun, bro. Like that would be my favorite part of the job. I would say flagship service, just because it's interesting, bro. Like it's you almost never are doing the same thing. Obviously, there's the satin black that you do a million times, but for the most part. It looks good, bro. You can't go wrong with it.
I love satin black.
You can't go wrong with it, bro.
I feel like green is emerging right now.
Green is emerging. Orange is definitely been on the come up. Green and orange have definitely been hype colors for the last 7-8 months for sure.
What green though?
Like that mamba green, like that that very like aggressive viper, like a very deep green. Like it's definitely a vibe right now for sure.
What are some ugly cars? You did them, but it was an ugly car.
I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Oh my God, I hate this car.
Listening, so I definitely don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
Right,
no, people have had some.
But you had some ugly concepts. Like,
oh man.
Have you refused to do it because it's like I can't look at this?
No, never refused them. No, I've had some very interesting ones, man.
You
like
said that. Interesting.
No, and I say interesting, and I really genuinely mean that because like the customer will still come and pick it up, and they're usually over the top excited about whatever they picked out and put together, and so for me that's just as exciting as seeing something that like I might not necessarily like, but like you put it together and you're like, holy shit, this is something, you know what I mean? Like we just had a Tesla the other day, man. This thing was like, at first I didn't quite understand the vision, right? I'm not a big like a Marvel guy or like superhero
like concept style wraps.
I'm not really one for that. And initially there was really no like, he didn't say like, hey, this is gonna be a themed car. Like he just dropped off this blue Tesla Model Y, and he was like, yo, like listen, I want every inch of this car that's not blue painted red. Like I'm talking about all the plastics, all the emblems, all the chrome delete. Like I wanted everything. I wanted all red, like just bright gloss red. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Like let's do it, right?
Paint it, not red.
No. Like take these pieces off and make them permanently red.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, like cool. Like let's do it. Big job, several $1,000s. You're taking stuff off. You're gonna keep it for a while. And bro, we put this car together, and it's just like it's there. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't miss this thing.
It's all red,
blue and just red. Rims are red, everything is red.
Yeah.
So guy comes to look at it and he loves it, bro. He's like just over the top about it. I'm like, great. Like as long as you love it, it's, awesome. He's like, I just want to add one more thing on the car, like to tie it all in together. And it ended up bringing the vision together, but he had us put like these red spider webs on the windows.
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, okay, so Spider-Man themed, I guess, So like you get some really odd requests, but first like, bro, he was so happy to pull off in his car. It was the exact way that he was envisioning it in his head. So there's not really any one thing that we're like, oh no, we won't do that, or so it's interesting to see what people come up with. Not everything is going to be your taste.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
What's the next move for you? Where do you see this going?
That's been something that I've been kind of pondering a lot lately. I teamed up with a company called Shine, which they do exotics, rentals, that type of stuff, more just normal everyday fleet rentals as well. And he's been in my ear heavy about Arizona. Arizona's been like, it's an up and coming spot. I mean, it's Phoenix, Scottsdale, like
migration,
bro. Yeah,
lots
of people are headed there. It's a cool place to be. I've got some friends out there.
They don't have to.
They don't. They're definitely behind on like the customization scene. Yeah. Like when you kind of do a quick overview of the custom shops that are out there and stuff. There's really not much like innovative, cool stuff, exotic stuff that's coming out of there. Wow. And even Vegas is still relatively new. Like a lot of the stuff comes from California, works its way here, and then
there's only Arizona. Like a handful of you guys that actually do good work though.
But true, yeah.
Good work.
There's a bunch of people that have seen the power of what this type of business can do and that are starting to dabble in it. By no means professionals or operating at a high level. But I think Arizona is gonna be the next move where we're looking at some spots out there.
Oh, you already looking?
We are, yeah. Nice. So he's for sure moving the rentals out there. We're for sure doing a rental branch out there. But the rentals and the wrap, customization, repair stuff kind of go hand in hand. I mean, a lot of it. So you don't do it all
at the same spot.
Yeah. So we're looking at some spaces, but definitely don't want to move into something without having all of the stuff laid out first. I got enough on my plate, so it's like
what part of Arizona?
Scottsdale is going to be the area. It's just such a cool area to be. Yeah. And it's like you said, bro. It's emerging. It's up and coming. Like there's people going there every day.
So will you be back and forth or move out there?
I think realistically off the bat, like right off the rip, to start things off, I'd spend a little bit of time out there. But bro, I love Vegas, and I can't imagine myself relocating out there, for much of anything, bro. Like I would like to just kind of make it, a quick stop, get things set up and organized, and keep my momentum going out here for sure.
Yeah. What about Miami and LA, or is it too saturated?
Yeah. Both places are great places for the industry, and I've had a couple of opportunities to go to the like LA surrounding areas with a couple of investors and people that were interested in the space, but again, it's just so hard to make a way out there. Not that it's not possible, but yeah, bro, it's already a really popular market out there. There's custom shops on
every corner,
every city. Yeah, there's lots of momentum out there already. Not that you couldn't go out there and find your own people to deal with, but I think I would probably avoid those areas just because enough people have already done them that I feel like the work would be a lot more like hard out there as opposed to maybe one of these smaller spots that still has a lot of traction but is not quite where Vegas or California or Miami would be at for that type of stuff.
Are you hydro dipping anything yet?
No, bro, that stuff is really cool, but
what is that?
It's just basically it's equivalent to kind of what he's doing already, but it's a liquid form. And it's not for big pieces. It's more for like one-off.
Yeah, and they actually are creating machines that you can do like massive pieces in it too now. But it's basically like picture like a big dunk tank that you put these like
films at the top.
Yeah, I don't know the best way to describe it other than like a film, like a translucent film. You could take a shoe,
I think I've seen videos.
Whatever, and
dip it in it.
Dip it in, you come out, and
people do it with shoes, right?
People do it with all types of stuff. It's really cool. The machinery is a little expensive to do it for the automotive stuff, and there's not a huge demand for it. I don't know if it's just because people don't know about it or what.
It's new. But like it's kind of like where you were with the plastic
dip. Years ago. Yeah, so it's like I don't know if it just really hasn't hit its boom or what yet, but there's not a lot of requests for it, so the investment into it just hasn't been really enough demand to make that move. But I
feel that. Christian, it's been fun talking to you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
We're done already?
We're done.
Out of time quick, bro.
Any closing words of wisdom?
No, bro. I mean, any entrepreneurs or people out there like on a path towards working towards whatever it is that floats your boat, just don't give up. The typical words that you'll hear from everybody on that same journey, like you just gotta keep working through the tough times and keep working away at whatever you can, bro, and keep your forward momentum. Don't stop for nothing.
Love it.
Where can they find you and follow you, and if they want to get their cars done?
Yeah, Las Vegas, pretty much the only spot now. But we're located centrally in Vegas. Dipped Auto Works on all social medias, and Christian Beckerle. reach out to me. I'm the owner. I can definitely help out for any of the questions, and I'm here for it.
I think people are gonna feel aware about his top 3 worst cars. I can't wait till we get that.
We'll get some.
I'll
get some.
For sure. Yeah.
There's people that love McLaren, so
yeah, but there's people. I've heard a lot of horror stories. I heard off the lot into the back
bro.
to the dealership.
Yeah, bro. I had a really high end customer, a 765 LT, like pretty much as high tier as you can go without buying P1. Less than 1,200 miles on the car, engine just totally blew. Yeah, wow. You're talking about a $500,000 car that that even if they're gonna fix and replace and change out for you, you're still
traumatized out of the car. I don't think Mercedes has made kind of done. I think they're kind of rushing it, but because McLaren and Mercedes are together on that.
Yeah. No, and I love a lot of the new stuff that Mercedes is doing too. All the new interior redesign stuff is top notch. And they're affordable, bro. Like a lot of these nice high end stuff that used to seem unobtainable. Like, I mean, you can get really nice vehicles from Mercedes, BMW, $100,000.
Wow.
So they've definitely come up a lot on that.
Sick, Wayne.
Thank you guys for watching the Digital Social Hour. Go visit Dipped Auto Works.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for tuning in, guys. See you next time.
Peace.